Guys, the time for diplomacy is over. As you guys know, I've made a lot of videos about funding talent and I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt for over a year now. But today's the day I stick my foot in the sand and really just say my opinion on this company, because I think things are just going from bad to worse. There was red flags that I saw from the early stages, but I ignored them and, as I said, gave them the benefit of the doubt. But as the year has gone along, well, it's been over a year since I made my first video. I believe I was the first person to ever review funding talent. And since then, nothing's changed really. I think things are getting worse. But I'm gonna obviously impart my opinion, but I'm gonna just go off of facts, things that have actually happened, and then let you come to your own conclusion about this company. So without further ado, let's go. What's up guys, it's Any, aka The Nut Trader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. So let's take a trip way back into time. I made a video around September 2020 comparing funding talent and FTMO. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I may be wrong, but I believe I was the first person to ever really shines the spotlight onto funding talent in terms of reviewing them as a prop firm. Now there's lots of channels that do prop firm reviews, but in the early stages, I believe I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section, but I think I was the first person to ever make an FTMO versus funding talent comparison video. Got quite a lot of views, well, in comparison to my other videos, 30,000 in comparison. So obviously I saw that there was appetite for prop trading firm reviews, and I was in there pretty early. I've not been as consistent as some of these other channels, so they've kind of taken the reins, which I don't mind. I don't really care, but yeah, I was quite early in reviewing prop trading firms before this ecosystem where there's a lot of channels now doing that, which is great. I don't mind. But what I found was that in the early stages of funded talent, I did a review and then I bought an account, but this was before they had a challenge account. So I bought an account for what they now call the flex account, and I had a pretty good first couple of weeks. I actually made, the way the system works is that whatever you make on the flex account, they'll give you 10% of that in the profits. So I started just trading really aggressively, and I increased the account by 10% in like short space of time, a week or two. And then they didn't want to pay out the £1,000 that I was owed. I thought, £1,000, it's not much. But that's where we saw our first red flag: consistency rule. The clarity of their rules. Funded talent have quite a lot of rules. Well, they got the consistency rule. I've complained about that 100 times before, where it's so subjective that they can just make it what they want and they can make it fit whatever parameters they want it to fit, because there's no hard and fast way of defining consistency. And for people that are systematic, like traders, a lot of traders are systematic and process driven. You want clear parameters as to what you mean by consistency, and they never clarified that, which gave them basically leeway to just make it mean whatever they wanted it to mean. Strike one. I should have seen the first warning sign when they were disputing a £1,000 payout. £1,000 shouldn't mean much to them, but they were disputing it, and I feel like they wouldn't have paid me out if I didn't have a YouTube channel and I wasn't making videos about them. But they paid me out in the end after a bit of back and forth. But after that, I had a bit of a bad taste in my mouth and I stopped trading with them. Plus, I blew the account. That's the real reason I blew the account, but I don't care. Red flag number 2. Continuously changing your rules ad hoc. Now, I'm going to show you a video that I recently watched, and I'm going to react to it a little bit. And this guy explains it pretty much better than I can. So let's go to this video. Yo, before I get started, this guy's name is Julius Lincoln FX. Check out his channel, subscribe, all that stuff. But I'm going to react to his video now.
On my channel, TED Talk, talking about other people, company, business, and stuff like that. I just want to make this video real quick because I would need you guys to stay away from funding talent, because these niggas are full of bullshit. Like, these niggas is just scammers, right? Let's get straight into it, right? So, I'm doing this straight off the head, right? So, you know, I'm gonna try to make sure I don't. So like normally this shit is 1 pip, right? So I looked at the spread, and the spread was I see 7 pips. I'm like, god damn, 5. So like normally this shit is 1 pip, right? And you know, this is my funding challenge channels, right? And I was like, why the fuck this shit so high? And then, okay, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me contact the support team or let me go to their Discord server. So that's what I did. And then when I came to that Discord server, I see all niggas just going wild in that motherfucker. I'm like, damn, what's going on?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say. Well, he's gonna go through it as well. But yeah, Funding Talent. They went from really low spreads to now changing the rules now after they had the server issues with the, I don't even know if it was server issue, but they took gold and some of these other pairs down for like a week or two, which was another thing that I've never seen happen with any other prop trading firm, where they just take off certain instruments for a week or two for people, so people can't trade them. And then when they brought them back, they returned with commissions, high commissions and high spreads.
No, like what the fuck is going on? And this is what they did, right, guys? All of a sudden, they came up with a new rule talking about something 10-second rule. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So then, so basically what that is, right? There was a guy in the Discord server. He was having a great month. He made 13K, right? He made 13K in 1 month. And Funding Talent came up with this new rule today that if you can't, like, if you enter a trade, the first 10 seconds, if that trade takes you out, or if you close out on that trade, or if that trade hits you out at break even in the first 10 seconds, you're not allowed to get paid for the entire month. Not for that particular trade, right? But for the entire month.
See, when there's a rule like that that's been introduced, you have to beg the question, what is the purpose of this rule? With all these prop firms, they have different rules, and you can understand the thought process behind them. What is the purpose of this rule? From what I can see, there could be no purpose of this rule other than to find a way to not pay out traders. And that 10-second rule will highly affect, as I said, like smart money concept traders, etc., like people like that, because of I trade smart money concept as ones. You can go down to really low time frames where you can make an entry and you can get stopped up pretty much a second later if the trade goes against you.
So which means that if you made 13K that month and you had a trade that took you out in 10 seconds, you was not going to get paid for the entire month. So look, there was a guy in the server.
It's ridiculous.
That talked about this shit, right? And let me show you the message, right? Let me show you the message real quick, right? Like, does that make sense to y'all? Like, why the fuck would you make up a new rule that, okay, if you have a trade, if you make profits within the 10 seconds, so that means, right, so basically what that means is, if you enter a trade and you close that trade out in 10 seconds, okay, I don't give a fuck about how much money you make that month. You're not getting.
I'd love to know their reasoning behind that rule. What excuse they use as to why they implemented that rule.
Raise DPS. I want to thank everyone who showed me love and support. And I just wanted to update you guys and let you know I'm getting my payout. No negative comments from my way.
See, you start to see a consistent theme here. Exactly what happened to this guy is what happened to me way back in September. Even though it was only £1,000, it's still the same behavior. Find an excuse through a rule that is subjective to not pay out to the trader. The person complains, starts a media whirlwind, they succumb, and then they end up paying the person out. That's what happened to me then. That's what happened to this guy now. This is a year apart.
I told you guys this wasn't right. So guys, let me break this shit. Let me break this shit down real quick, right? Let me break this shit down real quick. What these niggas up to right now, right, guys? So this what the fuck they up to. So first, back in the days, guys, these niggas already got caught red-handed, right? On FTMO and on my forex funds. Funding traders trade with real capital, and they get paid off of the company's capital, right? With Funding Talent, you get paid if you make profit. They don't.
I don't think that's actually true. I don't think that's actually true. I think FTMO, My Forex Fund, I believe their business model, and this is my speculation based off of the way these companies are behaving. FTMO, they make money obviously off of people failing, but they also make money by mirroring the trades of the successful traders, which makes sense. If you see someone successful and you have access to their trades, you probably want to copy them. I don't think Funding Talent do that. I think all they make money off of is the referrals. I mean, is the challenge fees. So that means if your business model is just based off of the challenge fees and you don't copy the successful traders, that means you're incentivized to screw over the successful traders because they're costing you money. And the way they're behaving seems like that to me would be, seems like that's their business model, because they would, it seems like the successful traders are the ones complaining the most about not getting paid out. But when you go over across to FTMO, all the successful traders are they're plastered up on their websites. They're interviewed on the channel. They you can see, it seems like they want to find successful traders. You can see that the successful traders stick around with FTMO. So this is my speculation based off of the way these two companies are behaving. I can assume that the business model is different because of just because of the way they're behaving, basically.
This little ugly ass girl Jess, whatever fucking name is, posted this in his Discord shit, right?
So yeah, just to cap off that second red flag, what I'm basically saying was that they keep changing their rules. They got the consistency rule. They had the 10-second rule. I don't think they had the 10-second rule. They took their server offline for like a week and where you couldn't trade gold or a couple of indices. They had issues with their server where I think it was the Oz, is it FTSE 100 or Oz 200, one of those indices. There was a time lag in the server, so that industry was trading like a couple hours behind, and people took advantage of it. Now all these things individually are issues, but when you put them all together, they've had a lot of issues in a short space of time that I haven't seen with any other company, to be honest, any of the other companies. And as I said in the comment sections, let me know if I'm wrong, but the ones that I've listed out, have you seen any of these issues with some of these other their competitors? I don't know.
Alright, let me bring it up. Hold on. Wait, I'm trying to fuck this shit out. Okay, here it is. Now look, guys, this is where the exposure gonna come in at, right? So Jess, the owner of the CEO of Funding Talent, Forex Tips 101, okay? Pay attention to her name. Everyone, if you're an active member, you'll be getting the email for the members only section. This Discord is completely out of hand and has become a toxic and unproductive channel for everyone. Many people here spread blatant lies and misinformation, most of whom are not even members at all. I have a hunch there are many people here who motive is simply to attack and discredit our company. Come say hi to me in a year's time. We did $1.5 million in payouts this week in 2 weeks. What kind of bullshit is that? What kind of bullshit is that? What? Listen. These people pay out their traders with money that they make off of failed challenges. They even admitted this bullshit. Paid weekly $1.5 million over failed challenges? Does that make sense, y'all? No, it really don't make sense. Okay, but now let me show this to y'all. Okay, so she wrote a whole ass long text trying to defend herself and all this bullshit, right? Okay, so now here's a video of her doing some other bullshit too. Here's a video of.
Let me take this back actually. Let me rewind this back, because he didn't read through the whole thing, but she then went on to say the 10-second rule doesn't exist. Where did it come from then? Did these guys make it up? Oh, sorry, I'm blocking it. Yeah, did these guys make it up? The 10-second rule doesn't exist. Did these guys make it up? Which leads me on to red flag number 3. Straight up, there's a level of professionalism that I've seen from the leadership of some of these prop firms that I haven't seen with Funded Talent. I don't want to. No, you have to just call her out straight away, to be honest. I've seen a lot of posts on socials that basically equate to kind of like some high school Mean Girls type of stuff, and I'm like, you're the CEO of a company. The way you interact with your community is a reflection of you and on the company. And some of the stuff that I've seen her post, I'm just a bit like, this doesn't look good. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't know. I'm probably gonna get some backlash just from this video anyway. She's probably gonna say some stuff about me, but it's just like, it's the way you interact with, like, you need to stay classy, even if people are you're gonna have detractors like myself. I'm a detractor right now. I've been a detractor for a while, but I just didn't say anything because I thought I was just waiting for the chips to fall, and they're starting to fall now. But it's the way you interact with them, just hurling abuse at your detractors. She's done it to me. She's done it to VVS. I remember when he made his first video where he was just he wasn't impressed by Funding Talent. I believe lots of bots were sent his way, but I let him tell that story. Lots of stuff has been happening, and I'm just like, I don't know how you, as a CEO. Anyway, let me stop. Let me just let the video do the talking.
He made a video. He made a video, right? He made a video.
Wait, so look at that. I'll be sure and cry about it on the private jet I take home after 6 beautiful months in the sun. She's basically just shitting on her audience, like, yeah, I'm rich, so it doesn't matter what you think. Like, is this the image? I don't know. Is this what you want to be putting out there when you get criticism? Just start shitting on your audience.
That's right. He made a video. She made a video, right? I think it was on her private Instagram, or it was on her Instagram, right? And she was basically like, just fucking laughing with the fact that they changed the rules and people are crying and stuff like that.
You're gone.
Alright, so look, this is what you had to say. Imagine having to post about my company in your little Telegram group in order to work your business.
That's me. That's what I'm doing.
Publicity.
Get them views, get them money.
Money hungry fucks. Beautiful thing about building your brand on transparency is you gain loyalty. Okay.
She's calling people money hungry fucks, but it's like, when you change the rules of your company ad hoc with no rhyme or reason, and the new rules only disincentivize success, well, only lead to traders finding it hard to be successful, what do you expect? And she's calling them money hungry fucks. This is not how you address your audience as a CEO, as far as I'm concerned, but boy.
I'll be sure and cry about it on a private jet I take home after 6 beautiful months in the sun.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, off for just fucking scamming people. Basically, this is what they're...
So anyway, yeah, watch the rest of this video. Watch the video. Go onto Julius's channel, and then you can watch the rest of the video. So another video I want to show you is Technical Gods. I actually like this guy's channel. He's a really good trader. Seems like a very calm temperament. I like watching his stuff. He seems to be like the how do I describe it? Which is a good position to have, I guess. Like different companies, like he seems to be Funding Talent have made sure that he's kind of like their mouthpiece. I don't want to say their mouthpiece. He's his own person. He has his own opinions. He has his own channel. But I think they go through him when they want to address the influencer sphere and stuff like that. Rather than going through their own channel, they'll direct stuff through him because he supports them and he trades with them. And he's done really well with them. So that's good. So what happened was, when they had these new rules coming out, they, rather than put it on their own channel, I think they went through him, say, okay, let's do an interview with him and he can relay the information on the new rules. I'm not going to watch this video because it's quite long, but the crux of this video is that he just explains all the different new rules that are coming. So, well, that came. So the whole thing about how the server's going to be down for a bit and you won't be able to trade gold and a couple of indices for like a week or two, etc. And the rules, right? Look at the comment sections. The 5-second rule is very weird. Imagine if you put in a trade which immediately goes wrong and to the other direction that you would. So it means that you can't close it and have to take a huge heavy loss. 5 seconds is very long if you're a scalper. Anyone with common sense can tell that Funding Talent can't afford these high payouts anymore. So that's why they're cracking down with these dumbass rules. This is the audience. This ain't me. This is the public. Feel disappointed with Funding Talent. I think more traders will go back to FTMO. They should not change their rules so frequently. Traders expect they can have a win-win situation with a prop firm. They just keep on complicating the stuff. Your Funding Talent is getting lame. These rules are stringent. They're literally forcing people into a whole new style of trading. I have a big problem with metal and indices being taken off. They could have made an argument for crypto, but for metals, one day payout rule ain't good, but also one can easily manage. I can't read, sorry, but either way, it wasn't looking good for them. Lots of people were happy with these rules, and then also they had that whole rule about the 50% rule, so that if you make a lot of money in one day, so let's say you made 10 grand in one day, and then you don't trade for the rest of the month, you don't get paid out until the next month because you need to make you need to make 50% of your profits. You can't make more than 50% of your profits in one day, or something like that. I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, there's all these different rules, and they're all quite complicated, and people ain't liking it. People want simplicity, and I believe Funded Talent made these rules just because I just don't think they can. Their business model allows them to pay out some of these successful traders that they have on their program. So they're doing all these like legal gymnastics with their rules so that they can give excuses not to pay people out. And it's a consistent theme that I saw from last year, as I said before. So guys, is it the end of Funded Talent? I don't think so, but they still got some traders. But I think there's going to be a mass exodus the way they're going, because of three things: clarity of their rules. Their rules aren't clear. They change their rules quite frequently. I haven't seen any other prop trading firm change their rules as much as Funded Talent do. And three, just this leadership style. The way that Jess behaves on social media is it's a bit of is akin to, I don't know if you've watched Mean Girls, but she just reminds me of like those, like she responds to criticism like a high school cheerleader that didn't win the prom or some crap like that. Do you know those high school like cheerleaders? I don't know, man. She just acts, the way she responds to things on social media, it says a lot about just her in general. I'll be sure to, I'm sure that I'm gonna get some of that backlash for this video, but I don't care. Yeah. Though these are my opinions, but they've also been backed up with facts. You've seen the stuff that she's posted on social media. You've seen the rule changes, and you've seen people complaining about not getting paid out because of weird kind of rules that have been changed. And then when there's media pressure applied, some of them get paid out, but a lot of them don't. So come to your own conclusion about Funded Talent. Either way, I'm out, mate. I'm not. I'm done with them. Well, I don't use them anyway, so boy. But that's kind of nailed in the coffin for them, in my opinion. I wouldn't recommend them to anyone, but there's lots of prop trading firms out there. Check them all out, but it's not looking good for Funded Talent, in my opinion. Guys, it's Any, aka The Not Trader, signing out.